Star Shipp again with Pokemon Magazine. I'm here with Mr. Greg King, Detroit's hottest alto saxophonist. Here to talk about Greg's long, lengthy career with this here thing right here. And he's going to tell us about the whole music industry in Detroit. Greg.
How you doing?
I am just fine.
Yeah, I'm doing fine too.
And by the way, me and Greg are like really good friends. It's like, it was one of those things where you meet somebody and you just automatically click. It's just like the soul is good. From the outside, all of this right here to the inside is just good.
I like that.
So Greg, tell me about this lengthy music career.
Well, I've been around for a while. I started playing when I was 9 years old. I'm from Southwest Detroit. I think like you feel some little old area. And I have two brothers, two sisters. But the brothers, we're musicians, and I'm a saxophone player. My brother King plays drums, and my brother Tina King plays trumpet.
So y'all had the Jackson 5 thing going.
Basically.
Okay, go ahead on.
We were neighborhood legends.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That's how it started.
Everybody knew who the King brothers were. When we were leaving elementary school, going to from junior high, was middle school back then. It's called junior high. So when we were getting to high school, and our first day in band class, everybody was kind of waiting on us because we were the name in the neighborhood. So that was an experience I wasn't expecting, but it was one I'll never forget. Because that just shows who we were at that time. Because when we started with the band, it was called Leonard King and the Soul Messengers. But we had a couple of names before then. But the point is that we were the first young group to come out of our neighborhood. So we kind of like set the standard for all the highness, And it's true, people coming to me today. It's hard for me to believe sometimes, but when I think about it, I say they're right. We got a lot of people at that time that wanted to play instruments because of us. So, Inspiration. And I'm an inspirational kind of guy.
That's right, you sure are. You sure are.
At least I hope I
You are, trust me,
I try to put smiles on people's faces like I try to keep one on.
So with all that said, you've been doing music for years and years and years.
Well, it's been years. I don't mean to cut you off, but I played with different groups. My brother's group, I played. We used to back up all the acts come out of early D's with the 20 grand on Sundays. Every group that would come. Man, he backed up.
Pull that Rolodex.
Johnny Taylor. We backed up Al Green when Al Green had backup train, first big song. We backed up Eddie Holmes. He had Hey There Lonely Girl. We backed up so many.
The 20 grand is just like a name that's embedded. I know it's embedded in my head, but that was my mother's thing, the 20 grand, and she was a spinette. You know what the spinettes, they were dance, I don't know, dances for the spinners or something.
Okay.
But she was a spinette. They thought they was doing something.
They
so all you
were.
heard was the 20 grand.
Yeah,
the 20 grand.
If they were doing something back then, the 20 grand, they were doing something.
Yeah, that was the 20 grand.
You wasn't going to just being on chip.
Okay, go ahead, Mama.
People, I might know.
Right. Okay, so you get that.
And I played with the Dramatics for 3 years, back in the 70s.
Okay.
And then after that, my career took a halt.
Right.
Because I was having several kids.
Oh yeah, Greg has a football team.
I started obviously with the 1 and the 2 and the 3, then the 4, then the 5, then the...
Keep going.
But after 4, I had said, I gotta give it a job with some benefits, because this thing gonna last long. I keep where I'm going. No, we wound up having 10 kids, 7 boys and 3 girls. So I was at Ford Motor Company. I retired in No, 19, nothing. 2008,
Okay.
I did 30 years.
Wow.
So for 30 years, I did not play.
Wow. Are you serious? I mean, you gotta hear this dude.
years.
Like you haven't
Did
missed a
not
day.
play. And 'cause I had to take care of it. And it was 10, so I worked nights.
Well,
I couldn't do the day job thing. I mean, the day shift thing
no,
because
because you know why? Gail was not having that. You was not leaving Gail at home with them 10 babies.
well,
I'm gonna tell you that now.
but I had to work that night shift because it was a little more money.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
still,
yeah.
Gail wasn't letting you do
I
nothing else.
wasn't going nowhere. I couldn't go nowhere.
Tell me about getting back into.
I had always told people at my job that I used to play saxophone, and then when I retired, cause they would ask me, well, what are you going to do when you retire? I said, I plan on getting back and playing my home. But at the time, I really didn't push it, you know what I'm saying? Until Maurice Garcia, the leader of the Soul Explosion,
Right.
called me up and said, Greg, he's putting this band back together to do a class reunion, their class reunion. Their 25 year, whatever it was. And he wanted me to be a part of that. But I wanted to be a part of that. I told him I hadn't played in 30 years. He said, well, come check us out. I said, okay, I'll come check you out. I said, bring him home. I said, nah, I'm not gonna bring him home.
Because he gonna have you up there.
I said, well,
I know him too. He gonna have him up there.
Yeah, but I knew I wasn't ready. I knew I hadn't played. I didn't want to come sound like no amateur. So when I went and heard the band, So when I went to the rehearsal, and I liked what I was hearing. So to make a long story short, I just told him I'd be back next week. So I went home and picked it up a little bit. Still wasn't together, but through over the months and years since then, it all came back, and it even got better. So I'm glad to be doing this again. I had this is the beginning. I had my middle. This is my end.
That's a
As far as my
long
career,
end. Because he gonna be playing for a long
I'm not going.
time.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, he's not. Let's talk about Detroit and the music scene. From before the 30, and then now.
Before the 30, it was great.
So what you say they need to do?
Well,
Because they need to hear from people like you.
But they've heard from people like me.
Say it,
But
so I
not
can
just,
tell them.
what I'm saying.
I don't want to tell them again.
But what I'm saying is that they're not listening.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is, because a lot of people have tried. They don't want to pay us. The bars, the owners, the clubs, whatever. We still get paid like we were getting paid back in the 70s. The inflation didn't catch up with the musicians.
Right.
And that's a shame. You have to, if you want to do anything right now, especially if you almost have to have a small group. Because we had a 10-piece band.
Right.
So most of our jobs that we had to put on ourselves, or work the door at a club and all that. So when you have to work the door, you have to make sure you have a following.
Right.
People come in.
But you got a pretty good following, don't you? Because I know.
Well, I mean.
I know you got me.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But how long could we sustain that?
Right.
We needed. See, we had no management at the time, and it was just people. I'm not the only one retired, so it was only like two of us that retired. Then I retired, and then the rest of them still work. And got families and all that stuff. So it was a juggling act. As far as trying to just move forward, because we really couldn't do anything during the week because people had day jobs. So most of our engagement were on the weekends, Friday and Saturday for the most part. So it was just a difficult thing, and it's still difficult.
Okay, so if you had to, just in Detroit, besides yourself, if you had to say that somebody was a good singer, producer, or performer, Who would you say?
It's in Detroit.
The Detroit music scene.
Now,
No, they don't have to be new school, but just overall, you know.
I mean, someone that's doing something now. Ooh.
Besides Greg King.
I got it. I'm too weird. I wasn't expecting that one there. Because it's several. I like Mia Johnson's Screaming Sky Covington. I like Larry Lee and the Maggie Lee bands.
So if you had to take something from one of those and give it to one of the up-and-coming artists here in Detroit, which one would it be? Which one could you tell the new age rapper or the new age Robin Thicke, you know, like to mock themselves?
Yeah,
because they need like something to,
those two that I just mentioned, that the average person might not know of, but I mean the people in the music scene locally, I know they know, is Greg Finley and Dara. But when you listen to them, they have it all. They're just soulful singers and good singers, and you can learn them. They teach you. Like you can learn a lot just listening to them and talking to them too. But it's a lot of them in Detroit. I just might not want to rank on who else to name, but it's been a lot of talented people.
It is. They're kind of low key, but
yeah,
they're out here.
Yeah. The musicians, all of them. I respect everybody.
What about club scenes, bars? Where could you take somebody here in the city to hear good jazz?
Well, we know Burks is one of them.
Yeah, always.
Burks Entertainment Complex is one of them. I was down at Cliff Bell's a couple of weeks ago. One of my nephews had his birthday party down there. I can't think of the person's name because he's from New York, but he's from Russia. Played saxophone. I was like, they sounded good.
So are they like the house band down there?
No, they were just there for that weekend. Okay. I pointed, but that's a good club scene down there too. I'm not really familiar with like the other ones because I'm not really out there like that right at this moment. But those are the two that I'm been to recently.
Okay.
And,
well, I want to bring on this lady I know named Gail, who happens to be Gail King.
Yeah. I know her real well.
Yeah, okay. I need to bring Gail King on because Gail King has been Greg King's backbone for over 40, how many years? 41 years. And she's there the whole 9 yards. I mean, every time I've gone to see Greg play, she's right there. I mean, she is just
I don't go nowhere without her.
here. So I'm gonna bring her on.
Even when she don't want to come, I say you gotta come.
I don't believe she fights you either. No, she don't. She don't fight. She right there.
I don't feel like get your clothes on. Shoot. No. Come on.
Let me bring her on.
Okay. Wait a minute.
This is Gail, everybody. Gail King, Greg's backbone. She keep him in order. Go ahead, Greg. Tell us a little bit about your wife.
Well, my wife is not as shy as she seems. Right here. But no, my wife is, we've been married, like we said, 41 going on 42 years. And we'll be 42 years, November 27th. So, she's, I met her more than 41 years ago at the post office. We were working at the post office. We didn't play post office, but we worked at the post office. And it was love at first sight for me. It was just I don't know. She said it was for her, but I don't think so. It took me a while to kind of convince her I was the one for her.
That's all right. You
But,
got a football team
I got it.
She's like something.
I wasn't going nowhere. She's the only woman that I've ever met that said she had a boyfriend. I didn't even care. Everybody said, you got a boyfriend? You got a boyfriend? They said, yes.
So it didn't matter.
It didn't matter because I wasn't trying to be in competition with them. So it was too many, they say, fish in the sea. So why fight? Why go through that battle?
but it was
But
something.
it was different, huh? She walked in the room, I was like,
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
yeah, that was it. So
But that's a good thing.
Yes.
And it worked out.
it worked out.
And this is a beautiful union. And I hope I live my days to be just like this. This is like, I didn't pick them up like mama and daddy. You know, I just love them. Yeah, so I just had to bring that on as a little special something because she is dear to me, as well as Greg.
And well, thank you very much. You did it. I swear, you like I've been doing it a long time too. That's how it feels to me. But I know I said earlier that we had 10 of us, 7 boys and 3 girls. Okay, I know people will always see by the same one. By the same one. Trust me. She's
There
the
you
one.
go. Well, you heard it first in Vocal Mob, and look forward to reading about it in this issue.